Now in session, Honorable Judge Alf presiding.
Thank you. Please be seated. Well, we're here today for a very special trial. I want to welcome you all to Department 27 of District Court. My name is Nancy Alf, and we're going to have a trial today in the case of the Bank versus Teachers Software, case 10-01234. Will the parties at council table please introduce themselves? Your name, sir?
Hello, Your Honor. My name is Mr. Francott.
Thank you.
Hello, Your Honor. My name is Mr. Reyes.
Thank you. And for the defense?
Hello, Your Honor. My name is Mr. Prince. Hello, Your Honor. My name is Mr. Weiner.
Thank you. All right. Well, let's go ahead and start the trial. I'll make sure that everyone in the room gets a chance, though, to introduce yourself to the court. And are there opening statements?
Yes, there are, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And I believe the opening statements for the plaintiff goes first.
Oh, very good. If you will please come forward and stand near the podium. And while you're doing that, may I ask the adults in the room to please stand and introduce themselves as well. Starting at the plaintiff's counsel table, please.
My name is Mr. Smith. I'm with the bank, Nevada State Bank.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
And Brian Shapiro, the defendant in this case.
Thank you, Mr. Shapiro.
Rachel Levandusky, Brian's cousin, the witness.
Thank you, Ms. Levandusky. Are there any other parents or adults in the room who we can recognize for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Todd Shibashi.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Karen Lacey.
Welcome.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Kathy Daneros.
Thank you and welcome. Any others?
Good morning, my name is Erin Doe.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Carrie Gonzalez.
Welcome.
Jolynn Stagg.
Welcome.
Kevin Henson.
Thank you.
Bonnie Fraser with Project Real.
Wonderful.
Aaliyah Riley, Project Real.
Wonderful.
Lisa Chad.
Welcome. And I will say, I've never had a scarier jury in this courtroom. I mean that as a compliment. Okay. So let's call the case. And if you will please introduce yourself and present an opening statement.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Mr. Kirchi, and I represent the bank. The evidence that will be presented will show that the bank gave Mr. Shapiro's company a loan for the principal amount of $1,000 at 10% interest per month. The loan was required to be utilized to market his company only. Despite that agreement, Mr. Shapiro did not use the money for the company, but he used it to purchase his cousin a bicycle. Mr. Shapiro misled the bank, and he should be held personally liable for the debt.
That's excellent. Thank you very much. Does the defense have an opening statement? Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Emily Shapiro, and I represent the defendant, Mr. Shapiro. The evidence will show that Mr. Shapiro's company obtained a loan from the bank. The principal amount of the loan was $1,000. Mr. Shapiro's company was required to use the loan for marketing purposes only. And the evidence will show that Mr. Shapiro's company utilized the money for marketing. Unfortunately, the marketing was not successful. Just because it was not successful does not mean he committed fraud, and he respectfully requests at the end of the trial you find in favor. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Now, is the plaintiff ready to call your first witness?
I believe that they probably are, Your Honor. I think their first witness is Mr. Smith.
Okay, Mr. Smith, will you please come forward and take the stand? All right, I'll do it. Mr. Smith, Smith, do you promise that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Your Honor, if I just may call the attorneys that are going to represent Mr. Smith, who is going to examine Mr. Smith.
Very good. Thank you.
What is your position at the bank?
I am the branch manager.
What are your duties?
Oversee the daily operations of the bank, sales, customer service, the operations of safekeeping of documents, loans, meeting with clients to discuss banking needs.
Did you meet with Mr. Shapiro?
I did.
When you met with him, how much did he ask for?
I believe he asked for an initial amount of $10,000.
How much did you give him?
We decided that because he was a new company, up and coming company, that we were going to lend him $1,000.
Did you feel like you could trust him?
Yes.
Did he tell you why he needed the loan?
He did say that he was a new company and that he needed some money for marketing.
Did you tell him how he should use the money?
We agreed that the money would only be lent to him on the purposes of being used for marketing.
How did he use the money?
I believe that he purchased a bike for his cousin.
What was the interest?
The interest was agreed at 10%.
Did he pay the bills?
No, he did not.
Mr. Smith, do you really think this money was used for marketing?
I do not believe that it was.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any cross-examination of the witness by the defense?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Ms. Bach, and I represent Mr. Shapiro. Did you meet with Mr. Shapiro?
I did.
Why?
It was for the purpose of a loan.
What occurred?
We discussed briefly his new and upcoming business, teacher software, I believe it was, and his purpose for needing some extra funds for marketing to help his business grow.
How much was the loan?
The loan was for $1,000.
What was the interest?
The interest was 10%.
What was the amount owed?
The amount owed, I believe, was $1,000 plus $100 in interest, and I believe it was a 5-year term, and so it was the $5,000 being, or the $1,000 being the principal, and then it was $100 a month for 60 months, so that would be a total of $7,000, I believe, was the actual amount owed.
What was the agreement?
The agreement for the loan was that the money would be used to purchase marketing for his upcoming business.
Any type of marketing?
Any type of marketing.
So he could have gotten a billboard?
He could have bought a billboard. Yes,
He could have put a commercial on TV?
that is correct.
He could have put a sign on the back of a bike and had someone write it?
That is correct. He could have done that. That would be marketing.
Thank you. Is there any redirect examination? Okay. Are there any further questions of this witness? No. Sir, you may step down. You're excused.
Thank you.
Does the plaintiff have any additional witnesses?
I believe that they intend on calling Ms. Levandusky.
Okay. Well, Ms. Levandusky, please come forward. Ms. Levandusky, please raise your right hand. Do you promise that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Your Honor, I believe that there's counsel that's over here that's going to examine Ms. Levandusky. I believe there may be a team as well.
Very good. Come on up, team.
Mr. Moore.
My name is Mr. Vidal.
And we represent Mr. Smith. What do you do for a living?
I'm a teacher
What school do you teach at?
at Bonner Elementary School,
What grade do you teach?
4th grade.
Who is Brian Shapiro?
He's my cousin.
Is it true that he gave you a bike for your birthday?
That is true, yes.
Pertaining to the bike, when did you first speak about it?
It was New Year's Eve.
How many times did you ride your bike?
Oh, probably once a week, once I got it.
Did you ever sell the bike?
I did not.
What did you do with the bike?
Well, my family and I are big into mountain biking, so we went through Red Rock Canyon and took our bikes out there for recreational activities.
Do you keep your bike inside or outside?
Inside.
Did Brian ever put a sign on the back of the bike?
No, but we discussed it and we're planning on doing that at some point soon.
If he never put the sign on the back of the bike, how were you marketing his company?
Well, I was marketing it by verbally communicating with my colleagues and coworkers at work about that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any cross-examination of the witness?
I believe that there is, Your Honor.
Please come forward. And if you have a team, the team is welcome to come with you.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Miss Pullen.
My name is Mr. Tron.
And we represent Mr. Shapiro. Why did you want the bike?
Because I like mountain biking for an activity.
Was it for marketing?
It was.
Why did you show it off to other teachers?
Because I wanted to show off how generous my cousin was in purchasing the bike for me for my birthday, and again, to talk about the advertising of the company.
Did Brian put the sign on the bike?
No, he did not, but we talked about doing it in the near future.
When did you first speak about the bike?
On New Year's Eve at a family party.
Did Brian tell you that it was for marketing?
Yes, he did.
Did the sign say anything?
It just said about his amazing teacher software company.
What kind of bike was it?
It was a mountain bike.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is there any redirect of the witness? No. All right. Ms. Levandusky, thank you. You may step down. Are there any further witnesses?
Your Honor, I believe I was subpoenaed as a witness as well.
All right. Mr. Shapiro, please come forward. Please raise your right hand. Do you promise that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Absolutely, yes.
Please have a seat.
I believe that there's a team.
Is there a team who will do a direct examination? Please come forward.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Mr. Gonzalez.
And my name is Miss Millsop.
And my name is Mr. Thatcher.
Thank you.
What was your loan?
What was my loan for what?
The money that you wanted to pay for market. You wanted to use it for marketing.
You mean the loan that I received from the bank?
Yeah.
I received a $1,000 loan from the cheap bank.
Did you get what you want?
Well, they gave me $1,000.
Did you ask for $1,000?
No, I tried to get about $10,000.
Did you use the money for marketing?
Oh, absolutely. But I needed some more money to assist in the marketing, but the bank wouldn't give me the additional money.
How did you use it for marketing?
Well, we came up with a business plan. I spoke with one of my cousins who is a teacher at an elementary school, out in Summerlin, Nevada, called Bonner Elementary School. It's a 5-star school, one of the best schools within the state of Nevada. And she's very well known at Bonner Elementary. And since she's well known, my company thought it would be a good idea to utilize her in the marketing of my teacher software, with the hope that not only Bonner, but other schools within the Clark County School District would be able to actually purchase that software. So the marketing plan was initially to utilize her. When, as you heard a little bit earlier, we met and discussed it at a New Year's Day party, family party.
What I've heard from them, it seems like you use the money to buy a bike for her.
Well, that was the whole concept. You're absolutely right.
But
You've probably seen them, perhaps on the street on Las Vegas Boulevard, people with bicycles with signs behind their bicycles. But after talking to my cousin, she indicated that there was a lot of teachers, as well as a lot of other principals, that rode bicycles throughout the northwest part of the state, specifically towards Mount Charleston and Red Rock. And the concept was that would be a key area to potentially market and try to get people to actually think about the software. And so we did. I bought her a bike, and it happened to be for the same time as her birthday. It really wasn't for her birthday, but I bought it around her birthday time.
How much was the bike?
It was $1,000. I utilized the money that the bank gave me for marketing to purchase the bike, which I was going to utilize.
How did you get the bike?
I'm sorry?
How did you get the bike?
I purchased the bicycle on eBay, actually.
Do you know who you got the bike from? Was it like damaged?
I believe the individual or the entity that I purchased this from was Bike for Us, was the name. And I purchased it online, and they shipped it.
Did you put a sign on the back of the bike?
No, I did not personally put a sign on the back of the bike. But we did have a great idea to create this big sign that said software, teacher software. And we were going to build this sign out of wood and have some wheels that are attached to it. But again, the cheap bank wouldn't give me any additional money, so I couldn't afford to actually build the sign or get the sign, unfortunately.
If you said you were going to use the money for marketing, but you didn't use it for marketing because you didn't put a sign on the back of the bike, so she wasn't using the bike for marketing if the sign wasn't on the back of the bike. Therefore, that she didn't market your company.
Well, she actually did market the company. I believe she indicated that because she had the bike, she was able to talk about the software to her colleagues as well. The only thing that we didn't accomplish was actually ended up putting the sign on the back of the bike because we literally ran out of money. But
Did any of the teachers come to your teacher software?
did any of them buy the software?
Yeah, did they?
I wish they did. I wouldn't be in this position if the teachers did. Apparently teachers don't make a lot of money anymore, so they couldn't afford the software. Which is a shame, by the way.
But did they want to?
Oh, I don't know if they wanted to, but I'm sure that once they had an opportunity to look at the software, they'd want to. But once again, unfortunately, the state hasn't given the teachers enough money to actually to purchase things.
Did anybody come to your teacher software Inc.?
Well, we had people that expressed an interest, but unfortunately, no one purchased any of the software, and no one was able to sign up online. We had some glitches on our software, which you may know is not unusual currently on software. People trying to sign up online. Unfortunately, glitches do occur.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your time.
Thank you. Will the team for cross-examination please come forward?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Mr. Kachu.
My name is Miss Lacey. No, Miss Martin.
What
What do you do for a living?
At the time that I entered Salone, I was an entrepreneur creating a software that was supposed to be utilized for teachers to assist them in teaching about math and English, specifically for elementary schools.
Isn't it correct that you took a loan from the bank?
Not me personally, my company did. So that would be correct.
Why did you obtain the loan?
I needed additional money to assist in marketing the software. The current marketing that I was utilizing wasn't working. We had billboards, we had some TV commercials, and we needed some additional way to market the software some type of unique way.
How much money did the bank give you?
They only gave me $1,000. I was trying to get about $10,000.
Why did they only give you $1,000 instead of $10,000?
They made some type of excuse that I was a new business and my credit report wasn't really good, and I just don't think that they trusted me. I should have gone to a different bank.
What was the loan for?
The loan was for my business, and I agreed that it would be only utilized to help market my business. And we agreed that it could be utilized for any type of marketing whatsoever, so there was no limitation on the marketing, even if it may have been reasonable or unreasonable.
So you could have done any type of marketing?
Yes, I mean, I think I could have, I don't think I would have done it, but I could have created little signs to put on ants and they could have ran across the road, and I think that would have been marketing that the bank wouldn't have had an issue with.
Or you could have made a billboard.
Correct. In fact, we had some billboards, and unfortunately the billboards, they just didn't work. They didn't have my actual phone number on it. The billboard company put the wrong phone number, so we never got any information.
What type of marketing did you want to do?
We wanted to create something really, really unique, and so we came up with the concept of utilizing a billboard behind a bicycle, and it didn't make sense to have the bicycle going up and down like the Las Vegas Strip. We needed the bicycle to go near an area where other teachers and other executives of the school district would be. And after talking to my cousin, she seemed to indicate to me, although we didn't do any research about it, but she seemed to indicate to me that a lot of teachers really enjoy to exercise. I think she made some individual, I believe his name was Mr. Huff, who rides his bicycle back and forth to school, and indicated that a lot of teachers and principals ride bicycles specifically out in the middle of the desert, which I thought was kind of strange, but they ride out in the middle of the desert. So we thought if we got her a bicycle and put a sign on the back of the bicycle, that would draw perhaps some type of interest. Again, it was kind of a unique thing. We thought maybe we would get some press on doing something unique.
When did you talk to your cousin about the bike?
I think it was Christmas. No, maybe, I don't really recall. Christmas or New Year's. It was around the holidays. Maybe it was New Year's. That's right. It was a New Year's party. That's what it was. 'Cause we had a lot of, unfortunately, there was a lot of alcohol that was being drank.
For what occasion did you give her the bike?
Oh, I didn't give it to her for an occasion. It just happened to fall on her birthday. That happened she got it on her birthday. It wasn't an occasion or anything.
Did your plan work out well?
Well, no, it didn't work out well. I mean, we got her the bike, and we never were able to build the sign to put on the back of the bike, but she did have the opportunity to ride the bike, and I think she had some discussions with other people, maybe not while she was riding, but she had some discussions with people about the software at that one school, again, Bonner Elementary. Because again, Bonner Elementary was like the big key for me, is that if I can get into Bonner, I can get anywhere. It's sort of like it was the Star Wars of schools.
How many people actually came to your company after she had discussions with teachers?
I was hoping that there would be hundreds, if not thousands. I don't, maybe there was 5 or 6. I don't really recall talking to anyone that was really expressly interested in the software. The problem, which we never realized, again, was that teachers just don't make a lot of money, so they couldn't afford our software. Our software was, unfortunately at the time, pretty expensive, and it would take some teacher or a school that had significant amount of money to purchase it.
How much money was each software individually?
It was $10,000 per license for the software. I mean, we probably would have struck a deal with someone if someone wanted to, but that was our initial list price was $10,000. But we would try to get it, perhaps on sale, but it cost a lot of money to actually produce. And although it was a high price, we thought we had the possibility of breaking into a new school or a new school district. That it was great software. It was produced by some judges, some teachers, as well as some software personnel.
Thank you for that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there any redirect of Mr. Shapiro? All right, Mr. Shapiro, you may step down. You're
Thank you.
excused. Is there a closing argument? Yes. Is there a team for closing argument?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Mr. Christensen, and I represent the bank.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Mr. Reyes.
Thank you.
The evidence that you heard today was both Mr. Shapiro and Mr. Smith testified that Brian Shapiro's company obtained a loan from the bank for $1,000 at 10% interest per month. The loan was specifically for his company and specifically to be used for marketing. The question is, did he use it for marketing? Clearly not. He purchased a bike for his cousin. He did not see the bike, he did not paint the bike, he didn't put a sign on the bike, he simply purchased a bike for his cousin. Mr. Shapiro stated that he bought it to market software. He is not credible. Let's use our common sense. A mountain bike pulling a sign in the desert to market software, that makes no sense at all. If it made sense, he would have had at least made the sign. No, he simply bought the bike for his cousin for her birthday. It was a sweet act, but he violated the terms of the agreement and clearly misled the bank into giving the loan. Accordingly, Mr. Shapiro should be liable for the debt.
Thank you. Is there a closing argument team for the defense?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Sydney Chad.
Mr. Baker?
And my name is Mr. Weiner. And I represent Mr. Shapiro. The bank thinks Mr. Shapiro did not follow the rules about the terms of the loan. We all agree that Mr. Shapiro borrowed $1,000 from the bank. The money was to be used to market Mr. Shapiro's software company. Mr. Shapiro believed that buying a bike would help his company expand. Although Mr. Shapiro's marketing wasn't a success, he thought it would be. Just because it wasn't successful marketing, it doesn't mean it wasn't marketing. Yes, purchasing the bike was a sweet thing to do, but it was also meant to help grow the company. Mr. Shapiro should not be responsible to pay back the loan.
Thank you. Is there any further argument?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Mr. Weiner, and I represent Mr. Shapiro. Despite what the bank says, Mr. Shapiro's company complied with the terms of the loan. Yes, both Mr. Shapiro and Mr. Smith testified that Brian Shapiro's company obtained a loan from the bank for $1,000 at 10% interest per month. The loan was specifically for his company and specifically to be used for marketing. However, he does not have to show that he used it for marketing, but rather that it intended to use it for marketing. He spoke to his cousin about marketing, and he thought it would be an interesting idea to market the company by getting a bike for his cousin and for her to pull the sign to market the company.
Although it may have not been a great idea, the intent was to market the company. What if he used to buy a car or painted the car, or made business cards, or made a website? He could have done anything as long as it was marketing. This was marketing. Just because it was not successful marketing doesn't mean that it wasn't marketing. Yes, purchasing the bike was a sweet act, but also an act to market the company. Accordingly, Mr. Shapiro should not be liable for the dividend.
Thank you. Are there any further arguments? Okay. Well, before I announce my ruling for the court, I would first like to compliment all of the attorneys who have presented their case today in the courtroom. I find that you are all very well prepared, that you are knowledgeable about the subjects you talked about. You're very poised for fourth graders. I'm quite impressed with your ability to speak in public, which is hard to do. I liked the fact that everyone here was very professional, because the practice of law is first a profession. And most importantly, I found that all of the attorneys were very ethical in the way that you presented your cases, so thank you for that. Now, if this were a criminal case, the jury would decide if Mr. Shapiro and his company were guilty or innocent, but this isn't a criminal case, it's a civil case. And just before I announce what my ruling's going to be, I want to take a poll of the students who've worked on this so hard. How many of you think that Mr. Shapiro should be liable to pay the money back? And how many of you think he shouldn't have to pay the money back? Oh, it's about 50-50. Very interesting. Okay. Well, you know, sometimes there's not an easy answer, but I am going to make a ruling in this case. And first let me say, I found the testimony of Mr. Smith to be honest and credible, and he testified from personal knowledge, so that gives great weight in my decision. I also found Ms. Levandusky to be a very honest and credible witness who spoke with personal knowledge. And likewise, Mr. Shapiro was as honest as he could be under the circumstances, and he was very credible. But the thing that weighs in favor of the bank in this case is that they put restrictions on how the money had to be used. And it was very clear they only lent the money if it was to be used for marketing. Now, Ms. Levandusky testified that she never put the sign on the bike, but she told other people about the software. That just wasn't enough to satisfy the bank's requirement that the money be used in a restricted way. Even Mr. Shapiro admitted that they thought about putting a sign on the bicycle and they had the idea, but they never did it. So I do have to find in favor of the bank and against the teacher's software and Mr. Shapiro, simply finding that this was not the way the money was intended to be used. And even the defense in its closing argument admitted that while it was a very generous gift, it simply didn't meet the requirements of the lending and the contract between the parties. So for that reason, judgment will be entered in favor of the plaintiff and against the defendant for $1,000 plus accrued interest of $100 for court costs and for legal fees. And in this case, I think the legal fees should be very high due to the quality of the attorneys. So now, how many of you agree with that decision? And how many disagree? Are they the same votes? Oh, okay. What I want to do is I want to make sure everyone in the courtroom, all of the students, get a chance to be on we're recording this. So if each of you in turn will come to the podium, just tell me your name, and if you're interested in being a lawyer, great, and what you think your career aspirations might be. So if you don't mind, can we start here? Let's start at council table. Can you guys start over here? Yes, come on forward. And you can kind of line up if you don't mind.
Hello, my name is Chris Francott, and I think I'll be an athlete.
What's your sport, sir?
Any sport, I guess.
Wonderful.
Hi, I'm Evan Reyes, and I think I'll work for the Lego company.
How cool is that? Okay, let's start over here, sir.
My name is Mr. Baker, and I think I will be a good baseball player when I grow up.
Wonderful. What position?
Outfield.
Perfect.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Mr. Gonzalez, and I think I'll be an athlete.
What sport?
Baseball,
What position?
pitcher and first base.
You want to play for the Red Sox?
No. Yankees.
Okay. Perfect. All right.
Hello, Your Honor. My name is Cole Dudley, and I think I would make a good investor.
Excellent.
Hello, my name is Angie Christensen, and I would think I'd make a good lawyer.
Excellent. If you ever decide to go to law school, will you find me and I'll help mentor you?
Sure.
And we bring students into the courtroom all the time, not usually 4th grade, but we have a lot of high school students who will come in and sit through one of our motion calendars, and we give them a tour of the building, and Andrew's even taken them to the lockup part of the courthouse, but we have to be careful on that one. Anyway, and that's a sincere offer. Yes, please come forward.
My name is Miss Lacey, and I think I'll be a doctor.
Wonderful. What type of medicine?
I think I'll be a surgeon.
Wow. Good luck to you. Your turn.
My name is Hayden Thatcher, and I think I can either work in the Lego company or a video game store.
Fabulous.
Hello, Your Honor. My name is Miss Millsap, and I think I'll be an athlete.
What sport?
Either softball or soccer.
Fabulous. Good sports.
My name is Mr. Sakal, and I think I'll be a game creator when I grow up.
That's a fabulous profession.
Hi, my name is Miss Shapiro, and I think I'll be a ballerina.
Wonderful.
My name is Miss Martin, and I would like to be a zookeeper.
Wow. What's your favorite animal?
A polar bear.
How cool is that?
Hi, my name is Mr. Trong, and I think I will be a blood tester.
Fabulous. Good luck. Okay, come on up here.
My name is Ryan, and I think I'll become an athlete.
I didn't hear that. I'm so sorry.
My name is Ren, and I want to be an athlete.
What sport?
Baseball,
What position?
pitcher.
Oh, better work on that fastball. Okay, next please.
My name is Rishabh Kachru, and I want to be a doctor,
Excellent. What kind of doctor?
either a cardiologist or a dermatologist.
Wow, I'm impressed. Good luck. I should have asked you guys what your favorite subject is. We'll get to that.
Hello, Your Honor. My name is Peyton Shad, and I might want to be a professional dancer or a basketball player.
is Miss Poland, and I think I'll be an athlete.
Wow. Good luck.
My name is Riley Stagg, and I think I want to be a teacher.
That's a wonderful and very noble profession.
My name is Sydney Chud, and I think I'll be a dancer or a basketball player.
What position? I should have asked before. What position? You look like a shooting guard to me. Okay, in the back row here. Come on, it's fine either way. Sorry, we make it really hard to get out of that jury box. I never realized that.
My name is Miss Bach, and I think I would either be a ballerina or a pianist.
Wow, what's your favorite song? Do you have a favorite song?
Oh.
That's okay. I didn't. That's fine, you'll get one. Come on up.
Hello, my name is Ryan Moore, and I want to be a restaurant/bakery owner with my brother.
Wow. What's your favorite dish?
I'm not sure if I even have.
Good, because you're going to have to make them all.
My name is Zoe Shakurchi, and I might be a soccer player or work at a music store, be an FMF doctor, or a pianist.
Wow. Those are such varied interests.
Hello, I think I would be a zookeeper.
Neat. What's your favorite animal?
Tigers and lions.
Ah, good for you. Please come forward.
My name is Miss Stewart, and I want to be a professional artist.
An artist. That's wonderful. We need some art in this courtroom, so let me know when you get professional.
My name is Miss Ishibashi, and I want to be a pediatrician.
That's fabulous. Thank you. And we don't want to leave anyone out.
My name is Jacob Prince, and I want to be a doctor.
Excellent. What kind? Good.
My name is Aiden Weiner, and I think I would like to be a pro athlete in baseball.
What position?
First pitcher and outfield.
Excellent. All right, you guys. Now I need to know whose favorite subject is science. Very cool. And whose favorite subject is math? And whose favorite subject is English? And how about reading? Yay. And how about PE? Did I leave anybody's favorite subject out? Yes, what is yours?
Writing.
Writing, excellent. In the back. Favorite subjects? Perfect. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Art. What else? In the back there.
Technology.
Excellent. And you guys over here?
Music.
Wonderful.
I like writing too.
Good. Is there another hand over here? Don't want to leave anybody out. Yes, sir.
Music also.
Perfect. And I don't want to leave anybody out with this. Anybody else want to tell me the favorite subject? All right. Well, I have to say, Bonner Elementary, I always thought was a great school. but now I know for sure that it is. And I'm so pleased to see the education you're all getting, and it's so nice that you're developing career goals even in 4th grade. So congratulations to all of you. Now, do you have any questions for me about my job or yes, let's start back here.
Have you ever had bad people in here?
Yeah, we get some bad people in here. Sometimes really bad, and they have to go to jail. In the back?
Have you ever had a criminal case?
We have. I've had to sentence people to prison before for doing really bad things.
How long have you been working as like a judge?
I ran for office in 2010, so I'm in the 3rd year of a 4-year term. And I have to say that it's my privilege every day to have this job. Back here?
Can you use your gavel?
Can I use my gavel? I could. In fact, I don't even have it on the bench because if I have to use my gavel, we're all in trouble. I need to be able to maintain some order in this court without it. Yes?
Why does the jury have to decide on the criminal cases?
That is a great question. You know, the reason we have juries is because our country, we believe in the Constitution that the conscience of a community should decide right and wrong, good or bad, liability or no liability. And I will tell you guys that watching this system work, when juries make decisions, is the best part of my job because you get people from all interests, all walks of life, from this very diverse community, and they usually agree on what's right. And that's the best part of this job. Is there any other questions in that second row? And let's take the front row. Have I ever made anyone cry? Never on purpose. Yes, sir.
Has anyone ever attacked the place or something?
No, not here in this courtroom, but unfortunately, some very violent people come to courtrooms, and there are incidents that occur sometimes in the courthouse. That's why we have good men like Marshall Allen here, who's here to help protect all of us and protect this process. Any other questions in the front? Yes, at council table. Oh, I'm sorry, here, not to ignore you.
Has anybody, in your family been a judge? Are you taking down your heritage? Or are you the first person?
My dad was a lawyer, and so I went to law school, you guys, when women didn't really go. I've been a lawyer for 30 years. I bet that seems really old to you. And so it's my honor to be the first one in my family. Back here on council table.
Do you have to be a lawyer to be a judge?
Yes, to be a judge in this court, you have to have been a lawyer for 10 years. And when I ran, I had been a lawyer for 27 years. Back at council table again.
Do you ever take notes?
Well, actually, I'm in a 2-week trial right now, and I recessed the trial this morning because I felt it was very important to serve the community this way. But here are my notes from my trial that's been going on. I take extensive notes because I have to rule on legal issues. I have to remember what the witnesses say so that I can apply the law to the facts on objections, on evidentiary standards. So I do, yes. And don't leave you guys out if you have any questions. Okay, we have a couple more. Let's start in the back and we'll work our way front. We won't ignore anyone.
Would you love that as a lawyer or a judge?
To have the right to be a lawyer is a very honorable profession, and that's how I know Brian Shapiro, because we used to be lawyers. And I hope I can respectfully say that he's kicked my butt around a few courtrooms. He's a very good lawyer, but he's also a good guy. And being a lawyer is truly an honorable profession because it helps you let people protect their rights on both sides. So I loved it every day. But the chance here where I think I can make a difference to a whole community is a wonderful privilege. Thank you for asking. Back here.
Do you usually have a certain amount of time at a courthouse?
Well, I work normal hours here, and some days I have to work 10 hours, and some days I could probably work 5 or 6 hours, but I stay here anyway just in case somebody needs a judge. Yes, sir.
Is there a difference between a jury and a judge?
Well, some trials, they don't have a jury, they just ask me to decide things. So like today, it was a judge case, not a jury case, and it's the option of the parties. In civil cases now and then, in a business case, they'll waive a jury because they find juries unpredictable. Yes, sir.
I have two questions. The first question is, how many, like, because I like animals, and like, how many animal cruelty have you had?
I have had no animal cruelty cases, but regularly the animal enforcement officers will come to me to sign warrants, search warrants, for cases of suspected animal cruelty. And as a pet owner, I'm always happy to help those officers with their investigation.
The second question is, like, the whole time all around I've been seeing like jugs with bottles next to them.
Oh, it's water. You know, some people come to court, they get nervous, and so I want to make sure that people are less nervous so they can testify and the truth will come out in cases. So we always provide water for the parties. Yes?
Were you in the case when OJ stole money at Oatmeal Cookies?
No, but I have a funny story for you guys. You remember when OJ and the other people went to the hotel and stole back his sports memorabilia? Do you all remember that? And he's in prison for that. Well, the folks there sued each other to decide who really owned the sports memorabilia because it had a lot of value. And we actually did that. That case was assigned to me, and I tried that case. Back here?
What's the most common case you've had?
Car accidents. The most common is car accidents.
Whenever like somebody steals something or something like that, do you have to have like a lying machine so they won't, like if they're all confident and they lie, like so you know that they're not lying?
Well, you know, that's why our jury system is so important, because when someone testifies, the jury decides what the credibility of the witnesses are and decides based upon testimony. And so we don't use lie detector tests, we use the jury system instead. And I'm a big believer of it. Over here, sir, and then to you.
What was your first case?
That was my first case. I remember the first hearing I ever did had to do with a construction loan that was not repaid timely. So it was kind of like today's story, actually. Yes?
What was your favorite case? Like that took a lot of...
I think today's my favorite case. Yes, sir. Back in the back? Did you have a question?
Like when it's like a criminal case and they lose and you have to go to jail, where do you like take them? Like
Well,
they go back there
yeah.
or...
Most of the time in criminal cases, the defendant will be in custody. It's very rare that they're out of custody, meaning they're already over at the detention center. And so there's a special bank of elevators that are secure back here in the back that the marshal, they escort, and the people will be in handcuffs, and they escort them either to this courtroom, sometimes to another one that is more secure. This courtroom is designed for civil cases, not criminal. So when I have criminal cases, I usually use another courtroom that's more secure and near that bank of elevators. There's a tunnel between the jail and this building that the in-custodies go through to come to court very often. In the back there.
Kind of like him, if he's like really bad, do they stay there and they have a camera that you can talk through?
We do arraignments that way, and we do a lot of preliminary hearings, but one of the constitutional rights is the right to confront your witnesses, so that defendant would always be in the courtroom for their trial. We try very hard to protect everyone's rights. Anyway, let me thank all of you for giving me this chance this morning. When I said it was my favorite case, I wasn't kidding. I wish all of you the best. If any of you ever have an interest in learning more about the courthouse, more about being a lawyer or being a judge, Ms. Levandusky would know how to contact me, as would Mr. Shapiro. With that, I think court will be in recess.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Thank you so much.